God makes no sound when he talks. He does not shout across the room, does not impose himself on those that turn away from him. He casts no shadow where he walks, is not the author of our doom, does not believe that means are somehow justified by ends. So, that's kind of a song in opposition to a fatalistic view that says that everything that happens is meant to be, that would deny evil in the world, you know. That says that everything that happens is God's will, and I just don't believe that, because there's some bad stuff that happens. A friend of mine and I have had this conversation a lot. I guess I sort of wrote it in response to that, because he believes that everything is God's will and that everything is meant to be, and not to deny purpose. I think there's still purpose in everything. But just because some guy drives drunk and runs over a kid doesn't mean it is God's will. You know? This one's called God Casts No Shadow. Another ordinary day, when everybody guessing everybody else's way, makes a mess of things and finds out that there's hell to pay, but says it's God's plan. For our fragile peace of mind, we convince ourselves that God is always manifest in time. Satisfy our minds that evil must have purposes divine, and that it's God's hand. God makes no sound when he talks. He does not shout across the room, does not impose himself on those who turn away from him. He casts no shadow where he walks. He's not the author of our doom, does not believe the means are somehow justified by ends. And I won't pretend I can begin to speak his mind, or always understand his ways. But when the cold gray wind makes the sky fall in, I believe we'll find that God does not cause our pain, no, and it does not make bad days. It's the light to comprehend why a God who loves his people lets us perish in the end. Why he does not tell us when the train is coming round the bend, so that we're all damned. Why we have the right to choose, though he knows it will also mean we have the power to refuse all the things he liked to say to keep our temperamental fuses out of our hands. But God makes no sound when he talks. He does not shout across the room, does not impose himself on those who turn away from him. He casts no shadow where he walks, is
not the author of our doom, does not believe the means are somehow justified by ends. And if you've ever felt like God went home and locked the door, oh, you would not be alone. But I think he knows that we will love him all the more if we choose him on our own. If we choose him on our own.
Not everything that happens should, you know.